We want to welcome everybody joining us tonight. So, as I said earlier, Empire is going to be hosting or anchoring tonight's training, and we are going to be learning a lot of things tonight. I want you guys to pay attention. Let's cooperate with him. Like, give him your undivided attention. Get your writing materials. Get every single thing ready. By the time he's done with the class, I'm going to come in to conclude. We're going to be looking at also the V2, Dexify V2 tonight. We're going to be talking about it extensively. And if time permits us, we're going to also be looking at it precisely. We're going to be opening a lot of brochures on it tonight. So for now, we're going to invite Empire because we have time already to come and carry on the section to anchor the meeting. I don't know, Empire, are you there to kick off the training? Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. If you're still there, please.
I hear you. All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. I hope you can see my face, right?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to welcome everybody to tonight's training. Of course, my name is Christian Chibike Ome, and I will be taking you on this session tonight. I'm super excited because a lot of things are happening, a lot of updates, a lot of things are happening, and I believe tonight we're going to have a good time together. All right. So if you're excited as I am to be part of this training tonight, come on, just spin the love emoji. Very important. All right. I'm going to be sharing my screen right away. I'm going to be sharing my screen. So we can start. All right. I believe you can see my screen. I believe you can see my screen. All right. So tonight, we are going to be having a wonderful time together, and it's going to be expository. What do I mean by this? For me, I'm a big believer of knowledge in everything that I'm doing. Why? Because even the Bible says that wherever there is no knowledge, I think my people perish because of lack of knowledge. All right. So, and once we have knowledge about anything we are doing, we are definitely going to succeed in that particular environment. So my history in this particular space has been a motivation to many who seek to, coming from just, let's say, anyhow background or poor background, without nothing, seeking to achieve his or her dream. My story, in one way or the other, has actually contributed to motivating a lot of persons, or as many as possible, to also achieve success for themselves, because I'm a testimony of this particular kind of a thing. So tonight, in my usual fashion, I'm going to help us, because I believe that the reason why we are here is to make progress. The reason you join this particular training tonight is to make progress financially. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing here. But before we do that, or before we dive into the main deal, which is actually how to make money using the opportunity before us, I'm also going to like to educate you somehow about what we are doing here and exactly how it works. You see, the business we deal with is crypto space. Now, when you come into crypto space, there are different projects going on. There are different projects in crypto space. All right. So a lot of people know about, a lot of people know about trading, which is buying or selling. And that is one of the most popular way that you can participate in crypto space. Then we have other group of people who believe in launchpad or launch pool. We have other people who believe in farming. We have other people who believe in arbitrage. We have other people who believe in DJing. We have other people who believe in DEX. Yes, there are so many of it. And each and every one of these particular, parts have a way of blessing or changing anybody's life as equally as it has its own risk as well. And of course, we have also what we call liquidity provision. All these things that I mentioned, one after the other, they're all part of different ways one can scale through or decide to make money from crypto space. A whole lot of people can also do what we call hoarding, buying a token, holding that particular token. Like for so many of us who bought coins during the expectation of bull run and every other thing before BTC hit 120-something thousand, a lot of people made progress. And also there are some as well who could not actually take advantage of the market. So you can see in crypto space, there are different projects. And as much as each and every one of them have their promises, so also do they have their own kind of risk as well. Because it's an open space where anybody can come in and try his or her luck and make as much money as possible. So when you come to crypto space, you find majority of people buying or selling. Now, pay attention to what I'm going to be explaining to us, because you see, in whatever I'm doing, I believe so much in knowledge. Because when you understand, you will be willing or you will be able to prepare yourself. And when you have the knowledge, you will make much more progress, more than every other person in that particular space. That's just how it works. That's just how it works. So now, when you look at this particular space, right, called the crypto space, we have different projects. Like I said, there are those who are doing buying and selling, which is trading. And also there is another part of it, which is exactly why we are here tonight. And that is called liquidity provision. Now, the question is, how many of us on this particular training have heard liquidity provision or that knows about liquidity provision until you start to hear it from our community? I can guarantee you there will be very few of us. But you see, there are opportunities everywhere, especially when it comes to this crypto space, because there are so many ways people make money. Now, when you look at the liquidity provision aspect, it is just another part of it that anybody can make massive progress if you understand exactly how it works. So how does it work? Now, we have people, like when we are trading, we always say the people that are holding the market, we call them the whales. The whales. Sometimes we call them market makers. These are people who have a lot of money that, they vested in these particular projects or in these particular tokens that is actually sustaining the market in value. So these guys have a lot of money and we call it liquidity. Why? Because money is liquidity when it comes to crypto markets. And of course, wherever there is liquidity, it means there is presence of value. So these market makers or big shots who understand this part of the business, they also make money through this particular liquidity provision. So before now, most of us think that, before you become a liquidity provider, you need to have a lot of money. You need to have a lot of money until we start to see that even an average person can provide liquidity as much, such as the way some people do diligence, or some people do launch pool or launch pad. But in any of these things, you needed knowledge. Just follow me, listen to me. And what is that kind of knowledge all about? The knowledge is very simple. In this particular space, of course, you can see my screen. If you look at this particular screen very well, I'm actually at desk screener. All right, desk screener. Anybody can visit desk screener and see what is going on in desk screener. All right. So if I click on this particular pair, let's say if I click on this average, right? Average guy versus soul. You can see average guy / soul. Are you following? So when you look at this particular place, you find out that there are so many coins. This average guy, I don't even know. Sometimes you see some of them under 24 hours created. And of course, you see they are mostly some of the coins who are mostly in pools. Now look at this. In pools, which is where you can provide liquidity, there is presence of money there. Why? Because this is where people actually produce liquidity and they earn transaction fees. Now pay attention. The originality and the mindset behind liquidity provision is actually fees. Why? Because in this particular space, the market energy is consistent and 24 hours on either buying or selling. It is consistent and always in that manner. Every blessed day, 247, you see people either buying or selling. It doesn't matter whether these people, they are losing or they are making money. What it means is that there is activities happening in this particular space, in crypto space. So when you check that activity, you can now find out whether if more was sold or more was bought. And that can actually differentiate or determine who is losing money or who is making money. But when it comes to liquidity providers are not traders. Please pay attention. Listen to me. Pay attention clearly. Liquidity providers are not traders. What liquidity providers earn is called fees. Every single soul who buy or sell in this particular space pays what we call transaction fees. And in this transaction fee, you can earn according to the percentage or maybe amount of money you use to provide liquidity. So at the end of the day, when you check how much that was generated in fees under 24 hours, it runs almost in billions or thereabout. So there is a very great opportunity in this particular place. Are we together? But now look at this, because I'm going to help you understand the danger in this and also the profit, the benefit in it. So you understand and appreciate the reason why we're here. Now look at this. When you want to provide a pair, if you are to do it manually, which is the normal way it is done, before you have to do it manually. It means you need to do some research. In doing this research, you have to know this particular coin. Let's say I mount versus soul is actually a pair, right? So which means you are going to either know how to analyze the market technically. So when you do technical analysis to understand the situation or maybe the transaction volume or the consistency of buying or selling in this particular space, you also have to check or to even know whether this coin has enough TVL, which is total value locked, or maybe anything can happen in this particular place. Why? Because there are some certain unforeseen circumstances. I'm just trying to help us understand some things here. So when you have determined how good this coin is, which 90% of people who come into trading space do not even know what is technical analysis or even fundamental analysis. Are you getting the point right now? So because of that, you have to do some of this forensic analysis, or maybe this analysis, in order to determine that the pairs you are going to stake, or maybe you're going to provide liquidity on, is actually suitable. But let me tell us something. What we deal with is coin. This coin is simply a coin that people create, buying or selling. The way I am is desk screener. I have not even come to, let's say, I have not even come to Dexify. Dexify, I have not come into the picture here. I'm just trying to help us understand one or two things, because that alone will help us to make massive progress. Now, listen. So when you finally determine this particular coin, look at this. There are some few things that is in your control, which is actually you can check a chart, just like some people do when they want to trade. So you check this chart and determine whether, okay, you should play long or short and others. And market, you may play long and market will start going short, which is unforeseen. Your techniques might be very correct, but fundamentals can just destroy everything. Why? Because there are people who moves the market. Because what we deal with is crypto. So now, when you have carefully analyzed the market, look at this. You can provide liquidity and you make a lot of money. Then on the other hand, there are some unforeseen circumstances, which is what we call rug pulls. Some of these coins, which you see here, if you see the screener, you can see some of these coins are just, even these ones that are top, I'm just going to show you where you provide liquidity. The reason is because as these coins are created new, people are likely to make some good amount of money because the transaction volumes are always high. That is why you see people launch pad, launch pool, and all of these things. As far as these coins are coming up, people are creating pools on them already in order to improve the value of that particular coin. And those who provide liquidity and their transaction fees. Why? Because it is a fresh tokens and every other thing. But also there is some risk attached to it, which is a situation where some things can go out of an individual control, which is on this rug pool. Meaning that those who created
All right. I don't know if I think we lost him on network, so I can't hear him. But I believe you guys can hear me because we want to pick up the train right now. Am I audible? Please, if you can hear me, can you kindly share or pin the love emoji, please? Let's do that quickly. If you can hear me, oh, beautiful, beautiful. I think a lot of persons can hear me right now.
Right, I'm back.
All right, so you can go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
All right, thank you. All right, so in order to continue, so I was just exactly saying something about this. So in this case, there are some things that is out of an individual's control. While you have done all your careful analysis and every other thing, this market we deal with is in such a way that a lot of things or some things can go out of an individual control because of what we call fundamental analysis that is surrounding the whole environment. And when these people who might have created this coin takes away the TVL, which is the total value locked, an individual can experience what we call depreciation in value. Why? Because in providing a pair, even when you are doing it manually, either with Phantom or Pump.fun and all of those platforms where one can create push, what it means is that you are going to convert your stable coin to an unstable coin. So the process of LP is so rigorous in such a way, and that is the reason why 90% of people in crypto space do not know anything about liquidity provision. That is why. It is not a popular side of the business where people troop in, like buying or selling or launch pad or launch push and every other thing. But it holds one of the greatest opportunities as well. But because it takes a lot of process for one to understand how to go about it, based on the technicalities involved in it, people do not even know much about these things until we start to discover some great, amazing things about it. And we decide to educate as many as possible to also take advantage of it. And guess what? It is on this singular reason that Dexify was born. Dexify is simply a robot that came to make liquidity provision very easy. Now, when I say very easy, it just came to take away the stressful way of doing it. Liquidity provision exists and strongly exists. Why? Because the idea of liquidity provider is to earn transaction fees. So I'm just trying to help us understand that while the liquidity providers earn transaction fees, which means as people are buying or selling these coins, listen to me so you understand exactly what we are talking about. Because I believe that there is a lot of things most people don't know, or maybe especially when you come into crypto space, you need to understand some terminologies, right? When you earn fees, it is not about whether the market is going up or is going down, but there are factors can also affect maybe that particular kind of fees you are earning. Are we together? Which is situations like this rug pulls and every other thing, and a lot of things can lead into these particular situations. And that is why we are coming up with a lot of innovatives that could simplify the process for people and make LPing strategies very simple and easy. That even a 6-year-old boy can actually provide liquidity without stress. So, and why you see that right now a lot of people start to appreciate the value of liquidity provision, it is because there is a technology that have the capacity to perform some activities that is beyond, like for me in particular, I just watch how DexFi perform, especially in scanning the market, knowing fully very well. If anybody here in this particular training, you have tried to provide liquidity on manual way before, you will definitely understand exactly what I'm talking about. So now, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something, exactly what we're talking about. So when you come here, of course, this is one of my accounts, and this particular business, Dexify. Dexify is a robot. For some of us who might not even understand what Dexify is, Dexify is simply a robot that was designed to help individuals provide liquidity on automation. And I'm going to be explaining to you Series of things DexFi does. Series of ways DexFi removed the stress that people should be passing through in order to provide liquidity. How DexFi came to solve that particular problem. So number one, when I click on this discover, just follow me carefully. If I click on this discover, right? If I click on discover, now pay attention. All right, so just let it load. Discover, what is actually trying to show me right now is different pools, different pairs. All right. All right. Okay, so it has come up. So different pairs. So if I go back to desk screener right now, you will still see this particular pairs. Now let's say this Stekana versus Sol. If I go back to desk screener, all right. So you will see Stekana versus Sol as well, right? If I click on it, you will see Stekana versus Sol. You can see it, of course. All right. So which this is a pair, meaning that people can provide liquidity on. But of course, you can see the normal activity that happens on each coin is also still happening on it. You can see here, you can see minus 12%, under 6 hours minus for 2%, under 1 hour, you can see plus 10% and every other thing. So these are logics and mathematical calculations in terms of activities that are happening within this particular space within these particular coins, all right, the liquidities are provided on. So no one takes away the ability of fees when it comes to liquidity. All right. So what we are trying to understand is exactly what the problem we are trying to solve. So when I go back to DexFi makes everything simple. You can see DexFi scans different pool platforms to find tokens that are trending. So now, if you go to that place, you can see Stekana, you will see Apple there. You will see so many of it. You will see Mega, you will see Dude, you will see PepTM, and so many of them. All right? These are all pairs. These are all pairs. So DexFi is an AI integrated platform that helps to scan this market and understand some of these particular trending coins. For example, instead of you going to study technical analysis to determine whether maybe this coin is having volumes and every other thing, what DexFi does is to scan the market and select such pools that actually have some of good volumes that one can provide liquidity on. Are we together? Now, when it happens in that way, it checks the volume and also checks the TVL, which is total value locked. And mind you, that this is a robot built specifically to perform some certain task. DexFi does not prevent a developer of a coin from removing a TVL that was locked on a coin. Meaning that in as much as all these coins like this is on desk screener and front page, which means here on desk screener, you can come and provide liquidity on any of this coin. It means that even desk screener itself has no control over each and every coin here. But they can also analyze based on activities and recommend such coins for people. Like, I don't know if we are following, but if you are following my training, at the end of the day, you will see the reason why when we are showing profit or when we are talking about we are making money, it looks to some people as a surprise. It is not that way. We pay attention to details. It is not no. It is not that we just want to make money. We hear that we can make money. It is beyond that. We pay attention to details, and that is exactly what I want us to do. So at this point, we have DexFi, which the sole aim is to actually reduce the stress people should go automatically or ordinarily before they could provide liquidity. And of course, you know, if it takes too much for one to provide liquidity, maybe a situation where you have to know technical analysis and fundamental analysis of all these coins and every other thing, I bet you almost everybody here will not even bother. That's just it. Only few. So people want it fast and also want it very productive as well. And that is exactly what DexFi is representing. So now, when you come to this place, you can select coin, you can select any of these pairs, either manually or use some technology integrated in DexFi to provide this liquidity. So when you provide the liquidity, as this particular activities is happening on those coins, you are earning transaction fees. Are we together? So that is exactly what it means. So when you are earning these transaction fees, there are the nature of this particular, these are coins that we are providing liquidity on. There are some certain things, like I explained before, that can happen in this environment that is not like even the developers sometimes don't even have control over it. And that is fundamentals that happens in this particular market. That's why you see that sometimes even if you provide liquidity manually, for example, in some of this platform, you see that if you provide like up to 5 different liquidity, some will make some good amount of fees, some will make lesser fees. What that means is that activities can slow in some of these coins, maybe at a point of this particular transaction. And that is what leads to rebalancing or thereabout, where a situation where you provide liquidity and market shifts energy from that particular place. I'm going to touch that side as well. Are we together? So now, when you click on discover, you can see different pairs, right? Which you can click on any of it. Now, let's say if I want to LP manually on this particular scanner, right? I'll just click on this one. All right? I'll click on this one and you can see different strategies you can use to LP. Now, pay attention. Pay attention. Some of us who started to use this particular amazing platform, I've seen countless of testimonies of people making profits and every other thing, and also encounter some challenges as well, which we also put in place to address them. But look at this. When you look at these particular strategies, they are all different strategies. You can see there are up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 strategies. Now, let me tell us something. All these strategies you see is here for a reason. The reason is that we are looking at, when it comes to LPing, there is what we call being range.
Hello, Empire, please, you have 10 minutes to summarize. It's 9:50 already, so that we can be able to touch the V2.
All right. So now, when you look at this particular place, you can see there are different ways one can actually provide liquidity. Because of my time, I'm going to just rush it. I believe we're going to have a specific training on where we can provide much more insight on exactly how to use these particular strategies and stay on profit and also achieve a good level of results. So you can choose neither the fortress, which is at least 69B range, and it says use fortress. If I click on this fortress, what it just shows me is this. It says your deposit. I should just put an amount that I would like. Let's say I want to provide liquidity with $20, right? Then it says I should choose the reward target. When I choose the reward target, I'll just, let's say I choose 2% or thereabout. Then, and it says review position. When I review, you can just see the setting. Now, what this thing is trying to do is to remove the complexity of providing liquidity. If I click on review, it actually reviews and it tells me create position. Now, if I create position, let's say I click on create position. Look at this. The process at which it is going, it says securing your USDC, swapping to pool tokens, deploying liquidity, and also confirming on Solana. Are we together? Now, the process of providing liquidity is that you have to convert this particular pairs to any of this. Now you can see the position we created here, or one position open, and you can see how it works. Now look at this. I created this position right now, and it's already at 1.81% already, right? Now, when you look at this place, let's say if I want to close this thing now, you can see the one I'm going to be going home with is what? $20.25 already. So I'm going to show you, if I close this position right now, let's say I want to close it, and I close it like this, you can see removing liquidity, converting to USDC, and returning to wallet. I have not seen anything like this in my entire life when it comes to liquidity. In fact, Dexify is the first. And that is why I appreciate this platform. Why? Because what people are going to do with this particular robot in liquidity provision space is going to be mind-blowing. The only thing I want is people to understand exactly how this particular project works better. And of course, Dexify every blessed day keeps improving to actually get the best strategy that can help people to provide liquidity massively. So now, of course, this is one of my accounts, and this is actually how much I have generated from this particular part. Now, if I click on this, let's say if I click on both, right? Let me show you another strategy. The other one I showed you is just the manual way. If I show you another strategy, on this strategy is called Autonomy Bot. Autonomy Bot is simply a technology that was designed to allow you create more than 1 or 2 or 10 positions at one click. So if I click on this place, let me just click on wallet to recover fund. That is exactly what you should do. Now, all right. Okay, so recover fund, I'll just click on it. Recover fund, so recover fund, all right? So these are maybe part of my money. Just on one of these days, we're going to have a training. I'm going to break some things down for us so we can understand exactly what we are doing here, all right? So now, when I click on this bot, you will see Autonomy Bot. Now, this Autonomy Bot is one of the simplest things to set up. First of all, you have to increase spending limit. What this thing means is that you just kind of delegate any amount of money there. Maybe you can just approve like $10,000, even if your capital is $100. You can just approve $10,000 there, meaning that one is just the logic there, right? That makes it perform. So then you come to this place, then you now determine which of the strategy to use. So here you can see AI Peak Best, you can see Fortress 69 Beam, you can see Steady, you can see Flow, you can see Surge, you can see Blaze, all right? Then, let's say you leave it at Auto, right, which is AI Peak Best. All you needed to do is to come to this place and you set the amount. $20, I want to use $20 to enter the position. And at this point, I want to take profit at, you can see 4%, mass open position, 4%. Like mass open position, like how many I want to open with $20? I say 4, right? I'll just put 4. Let me just show you, or maybe I just put 2, and I'll just come back here and determine my percentage. And of course, from there, I can just go up here and on this autonomous bot. Now, look at this. If I on this autonomous bot, what it tells me is that it is scanning the market. It is scanning the market, and once it scans the market, it will pick. Now, while it's scanning the market, you may be wondering, how do you use Dexify to provide liquidity? Now, Dexify runs on what we call multiple APIs. You see, all this converting and every other thing, the API that is associating with this particular technology, which is in these platforms that have the capacity to provide liquidity or give you access to liquidity, there are more than 50 APIs that is combining, working effectively, making sure you can see one position has opened, that you can use Dexify and provide liquidity seamlessly and stresslessly. And that is why, because of that, you have to buy the boat. Now, buying a boat is simple. Just subscribing for what is called DPro. DPro is actually what gives you opportunity to even LP in the first place. It means you are buying the technology that you are going to use to cut down the excessive manual way of providing liquidity. So Dexify is not an investment platform, it's a tool made in order to help an individual provide liquidity in liquidity provision space with ease. So like right now, I can own that particular bot, and you can see it has opened one. And if I click on position, you will see position open, right? You can see it already. So this one is already running, all right? So maybe in a few moments, I'll come back and check it. So another one will still open as well. If I like, I can close it from here. Are we together? So the idea there is that you have something that automates this process and provide liquidity with ease. And that is exactly the blessing we have. So when we come to this place, of course, you can see, I'll just touch it briefly before I round up. I'll just click on store. All right. Now, store is where you buy what we call DPro. D protocol is a gas. Every robot you can think of in this life uses a gas. Are you getting my point? In this particular robot called Dexify, what it uses is DPro. The gas is what, for example, is used in maintenance of making sure that the bot is running effectively. And that is exactly what it is. So you can subscribe any of these gas and have an amount of DPro that can allow you to provide liquidity in any moment you choose to provide liquidity. All right. So you can see the one of 105. You can see the one of 1,850. You can see the one of $575. You can see the one of $2,550. You can see the one of $4,000. You can see the one of $7,950. All right. All these particular DPros, they all have advantages as well in terms of the number of DPros you get, and also the number of pairs or pools you can provide liquidity on, and so many other benefits as well. All right. And of course, once you have gotten your D protocol, you can provide liquidity. You can provide liquidity and you earn fees. All right. You earn fees. And that is actually how beautiful this business is. All right. So I believe we're going to be having a massive training. This training, we are preparing a massive training already in understanding exactly how to use Dexify to actually take advantage of the liquidity provision in the liquidity provision space. That's just one of the beautiful things. Are we together?
Right.
So, and I can show you, of course, you can see the second position has opened as well. If I click on it, you can see the second position has opened and is still running right now. Then if I go back, okay, you can see this second position as well is already open as well and it's still running. And of course, once it gets to my take profit, I can just close the position. I can close all, and it will close the position for me. All right, that's how beautiful it is. So if I check this particular, some of the LPs that are provided on this particular account, you can see some of them. The one I closed the other time when I just LP'd, you can see up to 12%. Sometimes you can see 6% profit. You can see 11% profit. You can see. So there are so many, depending on the amount of money you choose. Sometimes you can use small amount, you can use big amount, depending on your capacity. And once you understand exactly how to do this, you will definitely be on profit. All right? You will definitely be on profit. Okay, so especially when you understand now, what I do, very important, is as I have opened the position, I'll just go to this bot and I'll off my autonomy bot. Why? Because if this one closes, now this is night, I might just be carried away with some other activities I have through the night, and it might close on profit so that it don't pick without my permission. All right, I have a reason for that, so that I can come back and decide, okay, do I want to use this or do I go to manual and do this? Now you can decide to leave it open and it will run and close. But on our technical training, we are going to be touching some of the strategies to follow these things, and it will make sure that you're always on profit. All right. Thank you very much, Mr.
All
Gideon,
right.
for giving me the
Thank you so
opportunity.
much.
It's amazing training. Thank you very, very much. And I appreciate each and every one of us that joined us today. Please, I want to encourage us to always make yourself available for training. It's very important. And I know so many of us here are also trying that, most of our trainings, you're always there, but keep attending trainings. We're going to make it more fun and more enjoyable. And I believe once you understand exactly the intention of Dexify and how it is created to help each and every person make progress, definitely you will know that this is a blessing in our generation. And I guarantee you of this. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Empire. So if you actually enjoyed this session, can you put your love emoji across before we're not done with the training? We are continuing with the training. Can you put up the love emoji? Oh my God, amazing, amazing. I can see a lot of, love emojis. Just keep spinning the love emoji, guys. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Keep the love emoji coming. You enjoyed the section, just keep spinning the love emoji. Amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so without wasting our time, because you are past 10 p.m. already, I want to let us know this. So just to throw emphasis on some of the things that we have talked about today, I'm just going to, for this sake of newbies who are just joining us for the first time, today is your first time of joining us, we want to say we officially welcome. And for the sake of those who have been here before, but you don't clearly understand how Dexify work, and some of us actually came late when our coach was trying to break it down, Empire was trying to break down the system and everything. Now, Dexify is a liquidity provision automation system. It automates liquidity provision for you. And what is liquidity provision? It's actually a Web3 business model or Web3 innovation that allows you to make money from transaction fees in the crypto market or in the entire Web3 market. As people are coming to buy a particular crypto coins, they are paying fees in transactions, and as they are selling, they are paying fees. So you only position yourself to earn from these numerous fees that people are paying. So as they are buying and selling, it's not your business. Yours is to earn from every transaction that is happening in the market. Now, there are a lot of benefits from this, and I always tell people that this is in no way, in any way, comparable with trading, because in trading you only make money one-sided per time. Whether you are trading futures or you are trading sports, in trading sports you make money only when the crypto market goes up. You are trading futures, you are trading directions, and when you miss the direction, you're not making money. But when you provide liquidity, you are positioning yourself in two directions. Whether people are selling, which is market is going down, they are selling, there is transaction happening, you are earning from fees, and when they are buying, you're also earning in fees from them. All right, now there are a lot of methodologies, there are a lot of strategies that are applied in this system. Dexify is an AI tool that automates the process, and we tell people that the funds you're using to get the Dexify package is actually for the APIs and the tools that Dexify is spending thousands of dollars in servicing monthly to make sure that this amazing business model is brought to you every single day. Now, we started something recently, which is our V2. We've been working on it for a long time now, and couple with some of the things we're trying to resolve in the V1. And at the time, we have to not literally abandon the V1, but we have to stop focusing attention on it, because we believe in complete decentralization. We believe in Web3. The essence of crypto, precisely when you hear Web3, is decentralized finance, whereby you and you alone have power over your money. In Dexify, we want to let you know that in providing liquidity and using Dexify to automate the process, nobody have access to your money. Your capital is in your hands, and you are not giving access to anybody. You are not giving anyone your money except you expose your private keys to maybe an external body, which will always advise you to keep private, as the name implies, private keys. Now, your funds is in the decentralized wallet, and you give Dexify permission by delegation to only provide liquidity with a particular amount of money from your wallet. And now the V1 is structured in a way that it has kind of Web2 activities alongside some Web3 activities. So that was what brought about the V2. The V2 is completely decentralized. There is no Web2 activities in it. It's a system that allows you to, provide liquidity and completely in a decentralized way. I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be showing you, we are seeing progress in the V2. We are seeing current for undergoing testing. I just created a new account right now to show you guys why Empire was on his presentation. I just opened a position, and I'm going to be showing us how the V2 looks like. Now, it just similar UI with the V1, but a lot of improvement is going to be made with it. So officially, by the grace of God, we are going to be we're going to be start using the V2 by next week. Now, I want to say this. Normally, we planned before, and we said it earlier, that we're going to be launching the V2 publicly. And the V2, you don't need to pay any money with it. Like, you don't need to pay for fees, pay for D protocols, and pay for whatever. Now, the V2 is you are charged as you earn, meaning that the V2 you only share profit with Desify. So if you are not making profit, you are not paying anybody any dime. Meaning that as you make profit, that is, Desify only collects little percentage from your profit, from every profit you made, not from transactions, not from swap, not from anything, but only from your profit. Meaning that you keep your money 100%, and you only pay Dexify from the profit you earn. However, this model have not changed, but there is improvement in it. We've considered those who have purchased V1 and not being biased at all. What we decided to do right now, for the first throughout for a long time right now, I can't give you a guarantee the time frame this is going to be happening for now, before changes, before we bring the V2 open to the entire open market. For now, we are giving the V2, we are giving access to only people who already gotten D protocols. If you have gotten your D protocol, we have access to the V2. Now, the V2 is in ultra mode. Ultra mode means it's have the highest speed. So everybody that have access to the G protocol is going to have access to the V2. We are not going to be releasing the V2 publicly. That is why we created a private mentorship group where people are going to be learning. I think, let me just quickly head over right now. This is the V2 UI. I just opened this position right now. Like, I have not this account. I just created this particular account in the V2 just about let's say 15 minutes ago, while Empire was about concluding his training. And I opened this position, and you see the position is currently already in profit and it's running. And one thing about this, we make the V2 not aggressive, it's running slowly but steady, and it's printing fees daily. Like every position we are doing this, we are still on the stress testing stage on the beta phase in the V2, and in the beta phase is looking way better than the V1. V1 is not in the beta phase, it's already in the manual, in the best mood running. In the beta phase in the V2 is working perfectly well. And of course, between now to next week, a lot of improvements is going to be happening in the V1. The things you are experiencing that is exciting to most of you guys, I want to let you know that the best is yet to come in Dexify. We are just about starting. Yeah, we are just getting started. I want to let you know that subsequently in the coming weeks, what you're going to be experiencing is going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be powerful. Like, this robot is powerful, guys. It's powerful. I know some of you guys, from virtue of our training in the mentorship group, in the private group, we started training you guys on how to even provide liquidity directly on Metra DLMM, and even we're going to be heading over to Orca, Radium, and etc. Most of you guys are going to be learning how to do this manually. If you know how to do it manually, you believe me,
you are going to be giving 100%. If you ask to rate Dexify, you're going to be rating Dexify 100% because this is a whole lot of things. And we've spent a whole lot of money, thousands of dollars in the development of V2. We spend more money in the V2 more than we spend in the V1. And I want to tell you that we are so much paying attention to. That is why nobody is going to be paying a dime for the V2. None of our subscribers are going to be paying a kobo for the V2, not even a dollar. The purpose of this is to make sure that everybody make money. Everybody come into this process, maximize the opportunity to, print fees. So making fees is what you are seeing already happening, and it's crazy, guys. It's powerful. And the UI in the View 2 is quite easier to, anybody can be able to access it. We remove a lot of complexities in the View 1. We just allow it to look so unique and quite different, just simple, straight to the point. You are here to provide liquidity. You are heading over to provide liquidity. We have a lot of features. And we have auto strategies that have not been deployed in the View 1 or anywhere else before. And this is where decentralization comes in real life to exist. And I want to tell you that Dexify remained the first autonomous bot, the first robot in the entire Web3 space, in the entire world, to automate liquidity provision in this kind. Go and verify. Dexify is the only robot that does auto swap and auto conversion to stable coins. No other bot does that, whether it's a Telegram bot or a normal bot, none. Meaning that it removes you from every complexity. It gives you, complete freedom to make money on autopilot. Now, pay attention to what I want to say right now. I always want to tell people, Dexify is not an investment scheme. We don't run an investments program because we've said it countless times and some people don't understand. So, don't go be in a haste because you see some people are making money or somebody is trying to market Dexify for you. You are in a haste and you have a mindset that you are told that you're going to make a lot of money and you are jumping into borrow money or jumping into let me say with the mindset that you have a particular fixed amount of money you're going to be earning. Platform that does that, I've started talking about this for many years now. They are investment schemes, they are Ponzi schemes, they are scammers. They lure you and make you believe that they are doing one particular thing. At the end of the day, they're going to be paying you. Some of them will even tell you that they are trading, they are farming, they are doing a lot of things. Like I told you guys recently that some of these platforms are going to be coming up this year. From this month of May, you're going to be seeing a couple of them. How do you know them? You know them by when they promise you a guarantee return of investment on a particular amount of money. Some of them might even come and promise you that they are trading for you or they are farming for you. And I see some have started reaching out to some of us, letting us know they are doing gold, they are into gold mining, they are into Bitcoin mining, they are into oil and gas. They will make you believe that they are doing this thing. They even go as far as proving it by go as far as partnering with some top companies, even deceiving the companies themselves, making them they believe that they are real. Some of these companies have legitimate signatures. What I mean, they have legitimate certificates. They go register in some countries. Some of them are being cooked in Dubai and brought to you in Africa. And most of you guys are falling victim of them because you see that, people that are behind it are white people and you're going to be falling victim of these scammers. I tell you that it's better you know what you are doing. It's even better you are providing the liquidity or you are trading or doing whatever yourself with your money by yourself. When you lose money, I made a mistake. I lost this money by my mistake. And you learn from your mistake and you grow from it. Then you put this money under the custody of whoever you don't know or a particular platform. And even if Dexify comes tomorrow and tell you that we are doing investment scheme or sound like that or ask you to put money in a particular place, don't do, because no investment scheme from my experience so far in this industry can ever sustain the period of time. I've fallen victim over time. This is my 13 years in this space, doing Web3, doing crypto. I've seen some of them come in different ways, and many of them changes name revolving around some kind of people, and they keep changing. And they believe that because crypto it seems to be a way some of them can clean up their scam nature because they believe that they can't be able to use bank transaction and etc. So they always want to come with crypto. and they have given crypto a terrible name and a bad name. What I'm trying to say, you guys, is this: do not fall victim of scammers. Now, no Desify official will chat you up requesting for your private information or asking you to send money for anything. Your money you are using to provide liquidity is going to be in your wallet, and you connect to Desify, and Desify can only provide liquidity with that money, only how much you delegate with, or when you the period where you're going to define your spending limit. Whatever you define is what Desify will use to provide liquidity for you. Then lastly, also understand that when you provide liquidity, there is nothing like a guaranteed return of investment, because it's not even an investment in the first place. Desify is only a tool that automate this process for you. Desify is not a platform that pays you daily or monthly or yearly. The earning you are seeing here, like you are seeing on me providing liquidity, is out of the market, is my money in the market. Desify is a tool that have carried my money in my own account and deploy into Matura DRM, because this particular one is on Matura. Deploy into Matura DRM. Matura DRM does not have access to your money. Matura themselves don't have access to your money. When you keep your money in Jupiter, Jupiter don't have access to your money. These are all decentralized platform. Desify itself is not a decentralized platform. What I mean, itself, Desify only work with decentralized platform. They only help you automate the process, your money being in your own Jupiter wallet or any Solana wallet of your choice. Desify is just a tool that can automate the process. And the money you use in buying the protocols, DVIP or whatever, is only used in servicing the tools and technologies, the APIs we are using to keep Desify running over time. So get this right. And finally, please, if anybody chats you up trying to represent me, asking you for money, or even have a video call with you asking you to pay anything, do not fall for such scam. I've heard getting reports of people, falling victims of scammers using my profile pictures to scam them on Telegram. Please don't fall victim. We always tell you, if you have any question on Desify, go and open a ticket on Discord. We have active customer care rep support system that are there to attend to you 24 over time. They are there waiting for you. They will reply your ticket, open ticket on Discord. You can search for Desify server on Discord, download Discord, and then you have access to it. Finally, our mentorship program continues on Wednesday. So this Wednesday, we're going to continue our mentorship program. This happens every Wednesday and Fridays. And all you need to get access to this mentorship program is when you are part of the Desify community. You're not paying any money to anybody. You're not paying for it. And it's a lifetime mentorship program. We keep on training you guys on what liquidity provision is. We go as far as training you guys on how to do it manually or Matura directly on Oka, how to use Desify, how to maximize profit. And there, the V2 will be giving access to those who are in the mentorship groups or channels. So guys, feel free to join us every Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesday is for mentorship session, Thursdays. So these are the 3 times we have general trainings. And once you've gotten your D protocol, reach out to any admin or anybody who invited you to the training to add you up to the private mentorship group, and they will add you up to the private mentorship group. All right, thank you so much. It's past time already, and we've spent much time. We're going to be closing for tonight. See you guys tomorrow. Our training continues tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. God bless you.